Hello everyone, welcome to Topper IAS. So today also we will look into a topic which keeping in mind mains as a focus. Okay, and already we have started with the genetically modified crops. So we will continue today with genetically modified trees because already we have seen with respect to GM crops in totality, in the sense a positive that we get from GM crops as well as negatives. So we will continue with today genetically modified trees. And as I told, why did we pick up this issue? Because a genetically modified rubber sapling was planted in Assam. Okay, so this was first rubber sampling genetically modified, first time in the world that was to be sapling was planted. So that's why we have picked up this issue. Okay, so let's see a few of the things. So a content in the sense similar to GM crops. So GM tree is a tree whose DNA has been modified using genetic engineering technique. Okay, you are altering the DNA. Okay, and what is the need, or what is the objective of altering the DNA? So you want to achieve a certain trait to the plant. So plant should exhibit certain trait which is, naturally you do not find such kind of trait in a plant. By altering the DNA, you are trying to bring in such kind of traits in the plant. Okay, so that is why genetically modification, genetic engineering techniques are employed. So what kind of traits that are desired in plants or the trees? So traits like, resistance to pest, resistant to diseases, and environmental conditions like weather conditions, right? Sometimes too extreme, hot or cold, these kind of things. And even herbicide tolerance. So these are the desired traits that we want to achieve in a tree, and that is achieved through genetic engineering techniques. And the tree in which we do that, we refer it as a genetically modified tree. Okay, then question comes, obvious question: why GM trees? We already have a trees, right? So why you want to go for GM trees? Because in GM crops, we have also seen why GM crops, because food security. Yes, food security, get higher yield and benefit, economical benefits to farmer, because yield is more and he can earn more. So there was a reason why we are going for GM crops. So similarly, there is a reason why there is a proposal for GM trees as well. Okay, so the proponents of GM trees say that GM trees are helpful in number of ways. Like, it helps reverse deforestation and meet the ever growing demand for pulpwood. See, deforestation, effect of, industrialization and urbanization, expanding agricultural activities. So a number of reasons are there for deforestation. So you can reverse that deforestation trend by, growing GM trees. So they provide one solution. And also demand for pulpwood, so paper industry and all. So there is always a increasing demand. So that demand can also be met by, planting GM trees. And another thing, a benefit that you get with GM trees is they grow faster and yield a better quality of food even in extreme temperatures. So that is also beneficial. Then they are boon to forestry in dealing with climate change. So climate change, greenhouse gas increasing, global warming. So one of the possible solutions suggested is you go for forestry, cultivate, trees. They will act as a carbon sink, right? So for there also, GM trees are beneficial because they will grow faster also. So that will help in addressing climate change issues also. And already United Nations has approved the plantations of GE trees as carbon sinks under Kyoto Protocol's clean development mechanism. So UNFCCC, we have convention. Okay, dealing with the climate change issues and all, like Paris Climate Agreement is also part of UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Conventions on Climate Change. Okay, under that we have a Montreal Kyoto Protocol. Okay, Kyoto Protocol. So within Kyoto Protocol, there are different mechanisms like clean development mechanism, joint implementation and all. So under Kyoto Protocol, clean development mechanism, United Nations has allowed for plantation of GE trees because they will act as a carbon sink. Okay. And one more benefit of GM trees, it is said that they offer you viable alternative to fossil fuels. How? Because GE trees could produce ethanol, a green fuel. So already a stress on biofuels worldwide. So why we are going for biofuels? Because renewable energy is a trust. So we are shifting from fossil fuels to renewable energy sector. So we are going for biofuels also. So these GM trees can help in the production of ethanol, which is a biofuel and a green fuel. So they provide one possible alternative to fossil fuels also. So these are all the different reasons which have been suggested by the proponents. So we should go for a GM trees. But obviously, a technology, as I said, a double-edged sword. There will be concerns raised. So there are concerns which have been raised against GM tree technology. Okay, and it is said that genetically modified trees, pose as serious threat as GM crops. See, if you remember, we have seen impact of GM crops with respect to health. So there is a study conducted which shows a resemblance between GM crops and affects various health impacts like kidney injury and all those things, diabetes, cancer, and all. So health impacts we have seen, environmental impacts of we have seen like super weeds and all those things, and even economic impacts like the yield is not that much as promised. So similarly, GM tree technology also has issues. It is said that GM crops are annuals grown every year, whereas trees are perennial that live longer than the agricultural crops. Okay, so compared to crops, trees are living for a longer period, and the changes in metabolism of trees may occur many years after they are planted. So trees are wild and undomesticated, and this makes it difficult to decipher as to how the introduced gene will behave in natural environment. So this makes it a more possible threat than the GM crops, because crops you grow and they go, but trees live for longer period of time, and we do not know what kind of genetic modification will come and what will be the likely environmental impact of these modified genes. So on that lines, it is said GM tree technology poses as serious threat as GM crops. Okay. Then another issue that has been raised is with respect to pollens. It has been documented that a tree pollen travels a distance of more than 600 kilometers. So probability of this GE tree pollen to contaminate vast expanses of native forest with a wide variety of destructive traits may be a threat to ecological balance and even existing biodiversity in tropical forest in global south. So meaning is same, because these pollen are able to travel a long distance. What they will do, they will reach those areas which were earlier not having these GM trees. So these will act like a invasive species, na. uh, Invasive species are those which are alien to a natural environment, so they will grow at the cost of native species. So GM trees also, because pollen traveling a longer distances, it will reach all those areas earlier where the GM trees were not there, and it is and the natural traits, they will grow faster. So they will be growing faster and they will be growing at the cost of native trees and all. So that will pose a threat to native forest. So these trees will be growing at the cost of native trees, and this will affect the ecological balance of the region. And equally, moment the ecology is affected, the biodiversity, so plants, animals all living in that region will be affected. So this is also a negative impact that has been said. Then not only that, this contaminated pollen of genetically engineered trees may also affect honeybees. And the role of honeybees importance, they act as a pollinators, and the pollinators play a significant role in the agriculture crop production. So if these honeybees itself are impacted, pollination will be affected. Hence the crop yield, the agriculture crop production will also affected, gradually affecting our food security. So this is also a line of analysis that has been made, okay, against GM trees. So these are the few things. Remember, with respect to a possible impacts, we never know what can be a likely impacts, because the gene modification may happen over a long period of time, and it can also act as an invasive species. And same like a transfer of genes and all those things also create super weeds like we have seen in GM crops also. So we have health impacts also. So remember that. Then a few things with respect to GM rubber. So we have seen like GM rubber has been, sampling of GM rubber has been planted in Assam. But as I said, this was there in the news in 2010-11 also. So in India, the first experiment with genetically engineered tree was with rubber tree developed by Rubber Research Institute in Kerala. And the issue, why did they develop this? They were better at adapting to drought resistance and increased environment stress tolerance. Okay, so moment they have these characters, drought resistance and increased stress tolerance, obviously you will be able to grow this GM rubber in those areas where traditionally it was not possible to grow them. So this will help to establish rubber in non-traditional areas where the conditions are not that favorable. So we have seen GM rubber, not GM rubber, natural rubber, native to Amazon forest in the tropical region where heavy rainfall is there. But you see in India, Kerala. So even Kerala has a heavy rainfall, but we also have a monsoon, right? So there will be a period where you see lower amount of rainfall also. So drought resistance conditions also can be withstand by the GM rubber. So that helps in the cultivation of GM rubber. Okay. And with respect to planting in Assam, so we have seen it in our prelim series developed by Kerala based Rubber Research Institute. And it is, tailored to meet the climatic conditions in Northeast. So main thing is it has a, copies of genes manganese containing superoxide dismutase. So this gene has been introduced. So what is the function that it does? It helps rubber plant to withstand higher cold conditions, severe cold conditions during the winter in Northeast region. So higher cold conditions was the main reason which was affecting the growth of young rubber plants in the Northeast region. So to overcome such a situation, gene manganese containing superoxide dismutase has been introduced. Okay, so that is the positive, that higher yield of rubber, GM rubber in Northeast condition. So you are achieving a desired trait. So desired trait is resistance to severe cold conditions. So that is what the main objective was, genetically modifying a DNA material. So, and as I said, natural rubber native of warm humid Amazon forest and naturally not suited for colder conditions in Northeast. So this condition you are overcoming with the addition of gene. Okay, so that's it for today. You can also download the PDF of this document, and you can download a Topper IAS Institute app where you will be able to get access to n number of these kind of videos related to prelims, related to mains, as well as motivational videos. Okay, thank you. Have a